So I see we're joined by our colleagues, Councillor Whitfield, Councillor Hurst, Councillor Govan, and Councillor Edwards, who's also a member of this committee. And I'd like to get the meeting started. So again, apologize for my being a little late here. And we'll start with the first item, which is the proposed appointment of Maria D'Angelo Antonio to the License Commission. I see Miss D'Angelo Antonio is here. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Maria.
Thank you, Councilor Fenton.
And why don't you start by just introducing yourselves to those of the council who don't know you, and why you'd like to be on the License Commission, and then we'll have some questions and we can go from there.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Greetings all. I am Maria D'Angelo Antonio. I'm born and raised in the city of Springfield. I still make my home here. I'm a 1980 graduate of the High School of Commerce. I was employed by the city of Springfield for 40 years, from 1980 to 2020. My last 10 years, I served as Director of Transportation, overseeing all of our school buses, school crossing guards, school bus monitors. And I retired in June of 2020 and now serving as a realtor for Landmark Realty in East Longmeadow. I was approached to join this board, and I think it's a wonderful opportunity. I said, I'm very vested in Springfield. I want only the best for our city, and I'm hoping I can make a difference by serving on the Licensing Commission.
Great. So, are there any questions from the councilors for Ms. D'Angelo Antonio?
Councilor Benton.
Councilor Govan.
Thank you so much, Councilor. Maria, we went to school together. We were graduate. Do you remember me?
I most certainly do.
Oh
I certainly do. We had the best class.
We did, didn't we? Yeah,
we had an awesome class.
That was my only question.
Yes, of course I remember you.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
And I was excited to see one of my former classmates run for city council as well.
Excellent. We have a class reunion coming up this year, so make sure you go to that.
Yes, we do.
I'm just glad that you're willing to serve the city. Thank you.
It's an honor. I find it an honor, and I'm just humbled that I was even approached and asked to do this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That'll be a fun reunion. And Maria, just because of the sort of technical nature of the License Commission, could you speak maybe a little bit to like whether or not there's any like training for the rules and regulations that apply to some of the licenses, and how you'll sort of get up to speed with some of that stuff, because it is really a hyper technical area, more so than other boards and commissions. Has anybody reached out to you about that kind of training?
They have not, but I did, however, take a look. I did log onto the website and saw that there's a glossary of terms, conditions, which I'm going to be reading those over just to get myself up to speed. And I know the importance of this appointment, but gladly, if there's training that I need to attend, I'm certainly willing to do that. But in the meantime, I'm just reading up on all the glossary of terms right now, just to get a better understanding or a handle of, exactly what's entailed.
Okay, very good. Any other counselors have any questions for Ms. D'Angelo Antonio? Going once, going twice. Okay, so is there a motion to make a positive recommendation for Ms. D'Angelo Antonio at our meeting this evening?
Yes, I'll be happy to make that motion and welcome her to the commission. Thank her for her past service and look forward to her continued service as a servant to the city. So in the form of a motion to make a recommendation to the committee of the whole for Ms. D'Angelo's appointment.
Thank you very much. So I will second that. All those in favor, Councillor Edwards.
Aye.
Councillor Fenton is also an aye. I believe the third member of the committee is Councillor Walsh. She is absent. So she's dealing with some family health issues, I believe, in Nebraska. So hope to see you tonight, Maria, and
Yes,
we'll make
I
a
plan on
positive.
attending for 7 o'clock. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Counselor Edwards, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. I look forward to meeting you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Maria. All right. The second item here tonight is an ordinance that I've proposed, which is an extension on the moratorium on pawnbrokers and junk dealers in the city. And this matter is before committee because candidly, when it came up a couple of meetings ago or at the last meeting, it was late. And I think that there may have been some questions and some additional time that folks wanted to commit to it, which is perfectly appropriate. And nobody had enough. Sorry about that. Just dropped off for a second. So I think I'm back and everybody can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I was just saying that it was at the end of the meeting and we didn't have enough gas left in the tank to commit the time to it. So thank you, Councilor Hurst, for attending. And if there's any questions about the proposal or request for information that we may need to run through the police department, I'm happy to be the conduit for that. And we can hopefully take action on this at the next available opportunity. So Councilor Hurst, I see your hand raised in the queue. Why don't you go ahead?
Thank you, Councilor Fenton. I actually had a couple questions, some of which you may or may not be able to answer. And then, and so I'll start with the first one. I guess I would love to know what have been the impacts of MGM on these particular businesses and whether they've seen an uptick, whether there have been an uptick in break-ins, whether there's been an uptick in terms of the individuals actually pawning various materials at these shops. And so, I know one of the reasons why I was in favor of the moratorium was because, we just assumed that there would be an uptick at the onset of MGM coming to Springfield. And so I don't know whether that's come to fruition or not, but I would love to have an idea as to where that stands now. In addition, as it relates to this ordinance, there were a number of things that the businesses had to do to comply. There were reporting requirements. I know they had to take photos of what was being pawned, in addition to have a database from the New England State Police Information Network. And so I do want to know whether those businesses have actually complied with those regulations and whether we're all set with that aspect of it. And, I know that was going to be a big time constraint on our police department. And so I just want to see whether we've actually met or whether the businesses have met those requirements. And then the final question that I would have is, we're renewing this every 3 years. And I guess, is there a reason for us to renew this moratorium every 3 years? Or does it make sense to make the moratorium permanent? And I know, one of the reasons why we had the moratorium in place was because it felt as though there was an oversaturation of these pawn shops in the city of Springfield. And so, I may have jumped the gun in terms of there being an oversaturation, because I would like to know, what are some of the other similar cities in either the Commonwealth or around the Commonwealth? What are their numbers like that compared to the city of Springfield? So before, we do something like have an all-out moratorium so that we don't have to continue to revisit this, it would be nice to have a bit more information in terms of what other cities are doing and how many they have in their particular cities. So if you can answer those, Councilor Fenton, by all means. If not, I'll look forward to the next meeting.
Thank you. I'll try and just respond, although I'm not going to be able to answer. So So the police department, I did want to go forward with today's committee meeting because I wanted to give Maria the time before tonight's full session. The police department did tell me in advance that there was a conflict with having the meeting at this time today. And because there's a finance committee meeting right after work today, there wasn't time to make it work in a way that was meaningful for tonight's meeting. So I decided to proceed with it in hopes that we could do sort of what we just did, kind of get a list of questions and get them some, move the ball in the right direction. And then we'll have another meeting to sort out that stuff, Counselor Hurst. I don't know the answers. I agree that they're perfectly relevant questions. And we should get the answers to them before we act on it. The only question that I am prepared to answer is why not make the moratorium permanent? And the reason for that isn't so much that it's not so much an active choice to have an impermanent or temporary moratorium as it was a requirement that we were advised about from former city council attorney Anthony Wilson several years ago about not having the ability to make a permanent moratorium without fear of legal challenge. So I don't remember exactly what the constitutional provision was that he was concerned about.
It keeps freezing.
I think you're back, Mike.
Yeah, you're back. No, he froze again. Oh, no, he didn't.
I'm back, guys. I'm really sorry. I don't know why I have such a bad connection here right now. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
You can? Okay. So
I could.
Good, not anymore.
just give me one moment. Let me try and connect to another internet source here. Okay. That should be better. I apologize. I didn't realize, but my my firm's internet password switches every month on the first of the month. If I don't manually go in and do it, it'll put me onto my cell signal. So that's what was happening. I apologize. So, okay. So what I was saying, Councilor Hurst, is at the time, former council attorney Anthony Wilson was the one who raised the issue about enforceability of a permanent moratorium, but no reason why we can't explore that and look at the oversaturation numbers again, and get answers to all these questions. I think it's perfectly appropriate. So I will send these questions, the 3 sets of questions, to the police department and ask them to get us some data on that. If they can by tonight, and it's in a form that I'm comfortable with, then I'll present it tonight. And if you're comfortable, then we can take first step. If I can't get it by tonight, then we'll just keep it in committee and we'll have another meeting before the next one, if that's all right with you.
That works.
Okay. Anybody else on the proposal? Okay. Well, I'll just say on the subject that I think that this subject is an important one. It's one that has come up from time to time over the course of the last 10 years, and getting the answers to these questions and moving forward, I think is really critical to public safety and neighborhood quality of life issues in Springfield. Councilor Govan, I see you got your hand up.
But it's not about this topic.
Okay. So anything else on the pawn shops? Okay, seeing none, I will try and get that, Councilor Hurst, by tonight. If I can't, then we'll keep it in committee. Councilor Govan, on all other business.
I'm not sure if this is where I should be bringing this up. I wanted to ask about the MOU for the puppy place, which is on Boston Road. Some of my constituents have reached out to me because they are concerned that they're still selling puppies and purporting them to be, I think, purebred, and then even rescue puppies. So they're just keeping an eye on this. I know that the MOU states that I think it's May 21st when they have to stop selling puppies. So I just wanted to bring that up and see if this is where we can address that. Oh, we lost him.
You might be froze again.
Thought I fixed it, I guess. I know. I thought I fixed it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So I did hear all of your question. We did have an MOU that the council approved, extending, I believe, for a year,
Mhm.
the puppy place's right to operate there. I'm not personally familiar with the status of that or what the terms are, but I believe, and Councilors Whitfield or Edwards or Hurst, jump in if you have a different recollection, but I believe it was Attorney Tom Moore that negotiated that MOU for us.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I did get a copy of it from him.
Yes, actually, they are supposed to cease operation as of May 21st. Now, what does that legally mean? Perhaps we could reach out to somebody in the law department to give us, what happens on that drop dead date, so to speak. But obviously, I wasn't excited to see them give that much of an extension, but Councilor Govan is accurate. They are continuing to sell, and the same issues that were brought up as a part of the hearing are accurate. But I don't think we can really get too deep into the weeds on this because it wasn't advertised as a part of the General Government Committee meeting for today. But Council Fenton, you can weigh on that part of it.
Yeah. No, I think Councilor Edwards is right. Councilor Govan, I would reach out to the law department and make sure that they're aware and have that date in their calendar.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, you froze again.
Council Govan, just as a follow-up, just without trying to get inappropriate, I will also reach out to TJO today. And raise your concerns, confirm with you, because I had throughout the entire year, I have heard and they have reached out, and I know the outgoing director, Pam Peoples, had major concerns, and the new director is not, she's new to the position, but she is not new to TJO.
Right, okay, well, thank you. Anything that you could do to help?
Yeah,
I'd be happy to. Look forward to it.
And if there's any issues, we'll schedule a meeting for that purpose too.
Okay, thank you so much.
And I just wanted to let you guys know that the bond authorization is on the Finance Committee meeting today. So if you want to make it to discuss it further, please come to that meeting.
What time is that meeting, Tracy? I'm sorry.
I don't know, 5 or 5:30.
Okay. I don't think I got a notice about it.
The Finance Committee meetings are usually every regular meeting at 5 or 5:30. I think it's 5:30.
Okay.
I'll text
It's
you.
at 5:30. It's at
Yeah,
5:30.
Yeah, it says 5:30.
Everybody got a notice.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So 5:30.
you.
Just want to make sure you guys know it is on the agenda.
Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Meeting
you.
adjourned.
Okay,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you.